is it possible to be another masterpiece?
If you put the work in. Because think about this, right? One thing about corporate America, they want to be with whoever winning. So you got to know how to negotiate what you want when you can. But once you sign that deal, it's over with. So think about it. When I first went into there, I told them, I'm going to put out 20-something records. They say, no, you're not. While I'm signing that deal, I'm saying, why I can't? I own the company. We never did that before. That's why I'm going to do it. So the art of negotiation is real. You have to know how to when you have the control, how to utilize it. But some of us take that power and we abuse it.
In what way?
I'm just saying, you abuse it because you think, you just got the money. No, it's about building relationships and resources. So you should be able to pick up the phone and say, look, I'm making this much money for the company. We got to be able to talk about some of these things.
Right.
And that's, you also got to, you got to be able to communicate in love. And we don't know how to do that.
You say communicate in love.
Communicate in love if you want to get something done. So think about, you got to watch how you talk to people. That's like in the hood. If you was in prison, you're going to communicate in love or you're going to be fighting. Right or wrong?
Right.
Okay. On the streets, if you don't communicate in love, you're going to be fighting.
Okay, well, communicate in respect.
Love.
Love.
It's two different words.
Right.
It's two different words. It's two different words.
I'm just saying, but communicating in love, is that similar to when you got out west and Suge Knight was like, oh.
I communicated in love.
Can you tell us about that story?
I communicated in love. That's what it was. I communicated in love.
It makes sense because we never heard you.
Because think about it. I respect the man. Right. He doing something what a lot of black men are not doing. Just because he locked up, I'm not going to bash him or throw him under the bus. Right. I'm telling you, like, you had a used car. You told me what you wanted for it. I gave you what you wanted for it. And everything else was love. That was it. We went on about our business. Other people probably couldn't understand it, but I respect it because this is a black man that did something with a label like Death Row, right?
Right.
So I end up signing Snoop. Snoop was a student of mine, and now he ended up being a teacher, and he went back and built his thing up and brought Death Row Records.
Yeah, I mean, at the time, everybody was amazed because it was unheard of. Like,
because you don't know how to communicate in love. I know people look at my hand. So I was electrocuted at 5 years old, so you're going to see that. So it went from my feet and came out here, and I was supposed, they pronounced me dead.
Wow.
So it's 5 years old. 5 years old. So I'm listening to Run DMC, jumped out the water, my dad, something came and said, go sit out the trash or something. I'm in the hood, dog. My dad, huge, so I jumped up. I'm scared. I jumped up, bam, stepped on the radio because I'm listening to the music. And I never knew I was going to be doing music. And so God spared my life. They only had one person in our hood that had a car. They got me to the hospital and saved my life. So that's where the TV series is going to start at. And so it went through my feet and came out.
Can you show the camera in your hand? Yeah. He's an X-Man the whole time. The whole time, he's an X-Man.
So I realized that God had a different, path for me.
Right.
But sometimes you got to step up to it. And so that's when, even though I was a hustler on the streets, I wasn't in love with the game. And so a lot of people don't understand it because people that's in love with the game, they die out there on the block. I was just trying to make some money to feed my family.
Right.
And I asked God to forgive me and I just, man, I ain't looking back, but I feel like I could help save some of these other kids. People don't realize Team Hope Foundation and Urban Born, we've been doing that for over 25 years. Right. So in California, like I said, I done been out here, I've been to Memphis, New Orleans, Texas, California. So in California, our program, I had Nipsey in the 8th grade.
Wow.
And so we've been trying to save kids, we've been burying kids, and we've been educating kids. So that's what TeamHopeFoundation.org, you want to make a difference, go on there. They be donating to these foundations. We in the middle of the jungle. We in some of the worst hoods in America and taking care of kids.
the memes. You ever see the memes where it say, would you go to dinner with this person or take a certain amount of money?
Yeah.
I think they originated from you when you told the story about sitting with Michael Jackson lawyer and paying the $25,000.
Yeah.
How important was that meeting for your career?
I mean, that was the most important thing I ever had to do, invest in myself. So you got to imagine, I'm living in the projects at that time. I took $25,000 in the early 90s, right? And just to pay to sit down and talk to an attorney. Nobody wouldn't do that. They're like, man, I ain't about to do that, but knowledge and information and wisdom is the most important thing that we need. And so when I got that information, I say, well, how much Michael Jackson get a record? He said 22%. I said 22% and he owned Neverland Ranch? Damn. Is it anything bigger than that? He said, yeah, you get a distribution deal where you get 80% and a record company get 20%. That's the deal I want. I ain't know nothing about it, but I started studying it, and then the guy told me before I left, I gave him my money. I got mad, right? I'm like, okay, what else I need to know? Well, you need to have $200,000 marketing. I said, man, I just gave you 25 G's. I got $500. I'm going back to the project. You telling me I need 200 more dollars? So I'm like, man, what I'm gonna do?
Right.
But I took to the streets to where I started selling my CDs out the trunk of my car, and I stopped hustling. I stopped doing all the other stuff, and I told God, you know, if you let me make it in this, because I done been through it all. When y'all see my movie, I done been through it all, dog. And just being on the block and being real with people, I think that saved my life. So I had a lot of close calls, and I still give God the glory no matter what. The losses, the wins. I tell people all the time, you don't learn from wins, you learn from losses. And so if we're gonna take 5-10 years to hustle, get caught, go to prison, 20 years, whatever we're gonna invest, why not invest 4 years and go to college, or 4 years to build your business? Think about it. We're gonna invest that type of time into doing something that we're gonna end up being incarcerated, making 3 cents a day. Because that's what they give you when you go to prison.
Well, most people don't have the examples.
Yeah.
So, you know, we work off what we see. Usually when someone makes it in the neighborhood, when somebody has that good job, or somebody, you know, is going off to college, they're not coming back to the hood. And I think the past decade and a half, it's been our people looking at rappers and entertainers because they're the ones that we can see visually. Yeah. You know what I mean?
But there's a lot of business people, man, that made it. You got to study. That's why I say education is so important. When you look at Reginald Lewis, who did it in DC, the white men, watch the white men have all the fun, right? These guys started a business and got into the food business and turned into a multi-millionaire. He wasn't an athlete or entertainer. So when you look at some of the people that's controlling the world, they just making money. You don't even know who they are.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? We just want to look. So think about it. If the Lakers could give LeBron James $200 million or whatever they give him, right? Or even Nike, if they could give him $1 billion, how much they make?
Facts.
Right.
Do you still wear the Masterpiece sneaker?
Bro, I got the manadas on now. Motivate oneself, encourage you actively to think independently. I'm still making
Hold on, break that down one more time.
Motivating oneself. Wait up. Motivating oneself actively to hold on. Motivating oneself. Hold up, y'all. Hold up. Motivate oneself actively to think independently. Manjadi.
Manjadis.
Yeah.
Where I get those at?
Go online. Manjadi.com.
What's the tag on those?
Different prices, man. Come on, what you pay for those? what you pay for those?
The grip.
See what I'm saying? But you was cool with giving a white man your bread. You see what I'm saying? You ain't asking what the tag on know.
I did ask.
You ain't ask.
I did ask.
Bro, did he ask? No, it wasn't there. See what I'm saying? See that? Okay.
I gave a white man to give a black man an opportunity at the same time.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I had to make sure that.
All right. So why you questioning me? If you like something, you just go online and get them.
I bet. You got it.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You ain't even got to look at the price. Come on, dog. You doing good now. I wouldn't be here if you wasn't doing good.
See, that's how you speak with love.
You see what I'm saying?
That's how you speak with love. That's how you speak with love. Actually, the question is kind of like outside of the regular question. You ever did Ancestry.com?
Nah, I didn't.
No?
Nah, but I think I am, though. Because I do want to know,
right?
You know, the history. So, yeah.
Is that, how important is that?
I mean, that's important. I mean, think about what we're doing now. We talk about drawing Black history events. So I definitely need to learn my roots. You know, some of the stuff I'm afraid, I'm like, damn, do I really want to know that?
Right.
You know, but it's time because you can't keep going forward if you don't know where you came from.
Right. How far back can you go in your family tree?
I hope I got a kind of knowing, so I can't wait to see. I know where I come from, and I just want to see really how far back we go.
You know what else come with that, right?
What?
People gonna be like, Master P, my second cousin.
I already get that.
Nah, they gonna be like, it's confirmed.
Well, guess what? I ain't selling records no more. That's what I can tell you. I ain't selling records no more.
You got the Mignotis, though. You got the Mignotis.
Stay out of my business. When you get out there and work, put the work in. I mean, because I don't want people to think that it just popped out. I failed so many times too. So I want y'all to know it ain't about me just winning.
Right.
You know, I had to open up for Tupac when the lights was on. I'm out there, so a lot of people see us and see where we at, but don't know what we've been through. And so that's what keeps me humble, and that's what keeps me going, knowing that that life like this, you could be there, you go there. You know, by me coming from the streets, you do this.
Yeah.
You know, you keep as long as you keep going up, you good.
Right. Wow. Opening up for Tupac.
Yeah.
At that time, did people know who Master P was?
Probably not. But I made them know. So, you know, I went from having one fan. I told one guy was bouncing about it in the audience. And I said, man, I was happy. I told my brother, I said, I got one. He said, what? I said, I got a fan. I said, I'm going to turn that 1 in a million. And that's what I did.
And you did it without the internet.
Yeah, I ain't had no internet. You know, I was touched, like I'm saying, I came out here. Like I went everywhere out here and passed my records out and sold my records out the trunk of my car. So when I did the distribution deal, you needed $200,000 to do the marketing and promotion. Right. So that's why you see a lot of these artists when they say, oh, I want a deal, because they don't have the promotion and marketing money.
Right.
And so by me selling my CDs out the trunk of my car, I kind of watched the Avon lady sell a Tupperware in the hood. And so when I seen us start popping her trunk open, I started doing it too. I got my game from the Bay Area. And being able to watch that independent game, and I took it back home down south, and the rest was history.
Now, doing the deal with UMG, did you ever run into problems with them?
Yeah, I mean, everybody run into problems because it's about money. But my thing is, I never thought I was better than them. I was appreciative that I'm getting a check from them, a real check. And I think a lot of us get caught up with that. You know, we can't see that this is somebody else cutting you a check. You want to be bigger than the people that's cutting you a check. Sometimes you got to play your position and play your role. Even when my brother got killed at a young age, you know, you want to question God, but when you start realizing that, you know what, everybody got a time. And then when my brother went to prison, it's like, you know what, you got to get into the Bible more. Same thing I had to do when things wasn't going right for me. I learned to pray to God. Because he gonna touch it when he need to. Right. And then you got to be willing to answer.
How often do you see him?
You know, with my brother, man, my brother been going through it. My brother been going through it, and I'm praying for him. And I feel like now, everything that didn't happen, I love my brother. I'll go to wall behind him. But this something that, you know, he got to ask God to get him to where he need to go, because that's what I did. When I wasn't all the way right, I started asking God, like, man, show me something. You know, I don't want to die out here. I want to do what I got to do. I want to change. And And he opened the doors when I wanted to change. So that's any man. So once you're 12 years old, you got to pay for your own sins. That's what people don't realize. And once I knew that, I'm like, man, okay, God sent a murderer, a prostitute to heaven. I'm like, man, okay, I got a shot. And I start doing right. You know what I'm saying? So you got to want to do right.
Right. Are you trying to keep him in the right mindset?
Yeah, I mean, that's my family, dog. Like, you know, there ain't nothing to talk about. We gonna make it happen. I mean, but he still got to make it happen too.
Right.
So
you find it success, being a man of God.
Yeah.
When you're blessed with a lot, in the way that Lot was
man,
tested.
you know how hard it is for a rich man to get to heaven? That's the hardest thing in the world. So that's why you got to have some integrity. Just because you got money. So most people love money and use people. So I figured it out. Love people and use money. It's a tool. And so, you know, I don't worry about none of this stuff. Like I come from the streets, life go up and down, like I said. I'm like instant grits. I can make some money. All you got to do is add water. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
but do you find like the success, it tears at your family? We see a lot of celebrities or people
so
who
no,
make
you gotta know how to cut people off and tell people no when they're entitled. So I got out here and worked. The reason why I'm still successful because I keep working. Right. The Bible says faith without works is dead. Most of these people want a good life, but they don't want to work. Look where we at. We're in a barbershop with y'all in Harlem. I could be sitting in my mansion chilling. But I decided to come out. I want to touch the people. I want to be around my people. I want to constantly keep growing. I want to help my people. So that means you can't sit inside your house and live off of old money. That's why I got to make them say, why you gonna do it? This is what we gonna be doing. We drinking, but while you drinking regular seltzer, I'm drinking, make them say, The only drink in the world that make you say, That's it.
I got the
product.
I got the hookup, one of my favorite movies, right?
Yeah.
Can we expect to see you in any more movies?
So I'm working on, right now, the TV series, the Ice Cream Man TV series. So
this hot for trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rapper.